Welcome to E Visits Parks. I am your guide. My friends call me E. One thing Disney is well known for is storytelling. They recently added a new storyteller to DCA, Deadpool. What could possibly go wrong? Let's enjoy the show.
That heel click? Yeah, you're welcome for that. It's a beautiful day in the neighbor pool. A beautiful day to be Deadpool. It's story time. Story time. Thank you. Oh, wow, thank you so much. Gonna make me blush under this mask. We clearly have a few fans of Mr. Rogers out there today, huh? Well, that's good to hear. I'm a pretty big fan of Captain America myself. Wow, so is that kid over there. Are you all ready for story time? Well, that's good to hear because I certainly have a story to tell. Oh, gosh, I love to talk. Today's story is a beloved bedtime classic, mashed up with a very profitable licensing agreement. You guessed it, it's Cinderpool. Thank you. Oh, good to see you again. Welcome back. Oh, hey, nice Lightning McQueen costume over there. All right, let's get started, shall we? Well, that doesn't work. All right. It's not like we have a Disney budget here or anything. You must be related to the Pixar lamp, aren't you, little buddy? Look at these adorable pictures, by the way. Isn't Dogpool so cute? Oh, thank you for clapping. I scribbled all of these myself. I know, I'm no Robert Liefeld, but at least I know how to draw feet. All right, anyway, once upon a time. You know what? It just feels wrong when I'm doing it with myself. Why don't we all say it together, shall we? 3, 2, 1. Once upon a time. See, wasn't that fun and interactive? I'm also contractually obligated to include a little audience interaction, so check please. Anyway, upon that time, once, Cinderpool lived in a big, fancy mansion with his shiny-headed step professor and a bunch of hideous step mutants. The biggest one, Colossus, was always making up stupid rules that no one cared about. Like, please stop labeling other people's food in the fridge with your own initials. And for the love of Feige, stop Donald ducking around the house and put some trousers on. I never understood that rule. I always just called that Winnie the Poohing it personally. But that's no matter. That's a story for a different day. The other main step mutant, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Oh, such a cool name, right? She was always just texting and rolling her eyes. They were both super jealous because Cinderpool had a much, and I do mean much, larger fan base. Thank you. Oh, thank you. They don't call this story time with Colossus now, do they? One day, an expendable non-union extra came running across the mansion grounds, screaming. King Thanos was planning the biggest battle of Phase 3, the last truly relevant phase. Cinderpool desperately wanted to go to this big and relevant battle, but Colossus said, "No, too dangerous. Cinderpool don't know how to be part of team." And then Colossus ripped up Cinderpool's nicest costume before Negasonic Teenage Warhead, I know, such a cool name, right? Made it explode into a million pieces with her mind powers. And then popped her gum. Oh, so Gen Z. On fleek, Sigma, no cap. Cinderpool was very bummed and felt very vulnerable and exposed. Minus 100,000 aura, as Negasonic would say. Well, now that Cinderpool had negative Skibbity Ohio Riz, or whatever that means, I don't know either, he skipped merrily onto the mansion grounds, stumbling for dramatic effect. Oh, hello there, camera. When suddenly, a big, strange, sparkly circle appeared. And from out of that big, strange, sparkly circle, oh, it was so strange, walked out Cinderpool's very hairy god mutant, Wolverine! Who is not here today. Yeah. Sorry to get your hopes up like that. Yeah, he called out. He's probably rehearsing for a musical in Oklahoma or something. Yeah, he also doesn't really like Cinderpool that much because Disney didn't have the rights to him back then anyway. We're happy we have him now, though. It's fine. I'm honestly used to doing it with myself, so I'll just play both roles. Oh, very hairy god mutant Wolverine. I desperately want to go to this big battle, but my mean step mutants vaporize my costume and shut up. Growled Wolverine lovingly. What? Well, I have to go to this big and uber-relevant battle. I need a new costume. Oh, stop your whining, all right? Go find yourself another costume. Stop writing me into these darn stories. I'm going up to Pim's test kitchen to get a drink. Oh, and off he did, and he was so handsome while he did it. So chiseled, in fact. Glad you all agree. It's almost as if he's still here. Suddenly, as the aliens were finally fleeing away in defeat, Cinderpool saw something on the steps of one of the spaceships. It was a single glove. And a high five for a child. There you go. Yeah, you're welcome for the core memory, kid. Man, this glove was so fancy. Big and gold with beautiful jewels. I think there were 6 of them, not that that's really relevant information. Oh, hi, Mike Wazowski. I wonder who this fits, thought Cinderpool, before trying it on. After some clicking, whizzing, and whirring, it adjusted right to Cinderpool's arm. Then, suddenly, out of nowhere, Iron Man came flying in out of left field, screaming, "Hey, you beautiful, majestic, enchanting stallion of a mutant. Take off that glove, all right? This is my sacrifice to make. I really don't want to be Iron Man until I'm 90. Oh. In fact, I would rather be doomed than be Iron Man again. Doomed, I tell you. Trust me, guys, I'm just as confused as you are, all right? And then other, much less relevant Avengers came running in too, saying things like, "Please put that down. That's not a toy. Whatever you do, do not snap." You know what happens next. Cinderpool obviously snapped. Oh, Cinderpool snapped a bunch! Both physically and mentally, mind you. And then the weirdest thing happened. It was probably unrelated to Cinderpool's actions, but half of everyone kept disappearing, and then reappearing, and then disappearing again. So many people were crying. Tony said I love you like 3,000 times, which was a little mushy, to be honest with you. But eventually, everyone did come back. Well, everyone except for those that text and called during a movie theater experience. We didn't want any of them back. I know that's none of y'all, though. But then suddenly, the Avengers tackled Cinderpool, ripped off his new, sparkly, fancy favorite glove. And when they went on to remake the movie, of course, they had to CGI Tony's boring face onto Cinderpool's majestic body. And it went on to become the most profitable film of the Feige cinematic universe. Yeah, which I like to call the FCU. I know, I'm still workshopping that acronym. I feel like there's just one too many letters, don't you? Well, safe to say everything worked out for old Cinderpool, because Cinderpool went on to start his own, even more successful franchise, yeah! That's right, who's relevant now? It was so successful, in fact, that Cinderpool was eventually invited to be part of the Avengers Endgame 2. Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. In theaters at some unannounced point. Well, thank you all for coming to another illustrious story time with your new favorite Disney princess, Deadpool. Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye, children. Farewell. Goodbye, my cousin. You're cool too. Never forget that.
Thanks for watching the performance with me today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Follow on Instagram at evisitsparks. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notifications bell. Like this video and share it with your family and friends on social media. See you on the next tour.